Cloud9 has made one of the worst roster moves in the history of League of Legends. They currently brought out Lemonation, which this is not a bad thing. Taking out Lemonation, moving him to an analyst role, that's the right move. Then moving, well, here's the most optimal plan. What they did was they moved Meteos out of the jungle, put Hai in as a jungler, took out Lemonation and put Meteos in as the support player, thinking that since Sneaky and Meteos are best friends, they're going to be able to have this innate synergy. They're going to be able. Meteos is more mechanically gifted. However, I think this is the wrong move. I think this is really the wrong move. A step in the wrong direction. What I would have done if I was Charlie or whoever makes the decisions in Cloud9, I would have taken Balls out of the top lane, replaced Balls with Hai, put Meteos back in the jungle, and then leave Lemon and Sneaky in the bot lane. And probably many of you are asking, well, why would you take out Balls? He's one of the best players in Cloud9. No, Balls is shit right now. Balls is absolute shit. He has some of the lowest statistics, in a lot of areas, the lowest statistics of any top laner. His champion pool is so limited to essentially one champion now, which is Rumble, that he could perform on. And if he doesn't get Rumble, then he doesn't even perform. He's not very skilled with his teleports. His teleports have been not particularly impactful this split like they normally have. And it was probably because Hai was screaming at Balls to teleport. He's been very, how do you say it, unimpactful. Like once upon a time you could have looked at Cloud9 and you could have said, well, the main carries of this team are Meteos and Balls. Those days are long gone, by the way. Now Balls is fucking lucky to get out of lane with only a 30 CS deficit. Balls is no longer a carrying force. Obviously, Balls is no longer a carrying force on Cloud9. Meteos used to kind of leave him. Well, Meteos still does. They just leave him on. Well, I don't know. Once upon a time, Meteos did gank for Balls. At first, Meteos wouldn't gank for Balls at all, and then he went to ganking for Balls, and Balls was actually a pretty good carry force. When he had Rumble or these more carry-like champions, he would actually perform pretty well. However, that meta shifted. Top lane became an island for the most part, especially if you're Dyrus. And it sort of became tanks were the new meta. Carrying in the top lane wasn't nearly as effective as it once was. You needed a really big tank force in the top lane. Now, debatably, carry top laners are sort of back in a way. Rumble is very strong again. Irelia in the mid lane. Irelia is more of a mid laner now. But once upon a time, she could have been a top laner as well. So you could very possibly have Balls as a carrying force on Cloud9 again, except the fact that he sucks and his mechanics aren't that great. He kind of is a choker a little bit when he's not playing Rumble. I mean, he just needs this comfort pick. Like, when he's on this comfort pick for some reason, he performs pretty well. I wouldn't say he performs at a Worlds level, but he performs at a dominating best top laner LCS level. But besides that, all you have to do is throw one ban at him and he's useless. So my ideal team was to just get Balls out of there, put Hai in as a top laner. If Hai can, it's kind of, why not? What do you have to lose at this point, right? The argument would have been, well, Hai probably doesn't know how to play top lane that well, and his champion pool would be really limited. Yeah, but you already have a limited top champion pool top laner that doesn't play very well anyway. Wouldn't you like the shot calling? I think the shot calling is way more valuable than whatever Balls brings to the team. Then you take you leave the synergy that already exists between Lemon and Sneaky, because that synergy has been built up after years and years and years of playing with each other. You don't just get that over a few 30 or 40 solo queue games like they're trying to grind right now. Meteos and Sneaky. Instead, you leave Lemonation and Sneaky in that bot lane, because there's a very innate synergy, and both of those players are very good. One of those players is very. That's what I meant to say. One of those players is very good. Lemonation gets his job done. Sneaky's very good, obviously. Lemonation gets his job done. He gets his wards down. He doesn't miss his spells too often. Kind of gets caught out of position every once in a while, but hey, that's fine. He keeps vision control pretty well. He misses a ward every once in a while, but hey, a lot of supports do, unless you're like a god, like Xpecial, or you're Lust Boy, or you're one of those god supports that, somehow are, man, they just, I don't know how they do it, but they have a clean battlefield when they play. They're able to find all the wards that the enemy supports place. But so Lemon's pretty good. He's not terrible. He knows his position in the team, and he does it pretty well. High. And then High, I mean, obviously Cloud9 is nothing without a shot calling. So I would say if you put High in a less mechanically intensive role like top lane, which I actually think top lane is less mechanically intensive than, well, that's kind of hard to say. If High's playing shit like Lee Sin, then yeah, top lane's way less mechanically intensive. But if High's playing Rek'Sai, then top lane is more. It just depends what he plays in this jungle. And he fucking played Lee Sin, so I assume that he wants to be in this kind of mechanically intensive role, this mechanically intensive position. So I would put High in the top lane, because obviously High's mechanics are not up on par, but they're way better than Ball's mechanics at this point. Incarnations has great mechanics, except for that game where he didn't ult once as Zed. That's entirely ridiculous. Huge. That probably lost them the game, but that's beside the point. Sneaky has the best mechanics in the team, and then followed by Meteos. Then followed by Incarnation, then Meteos. But Meteos has insane game knowledge too. He just can't shot call that well, which is fine. He'll feed. They'll do it once they did it before. They all feed information to High. High makes the final say, and then they do it. And this time High's just in the top lane on Maokai or on Rumble or a champion that isn't particularly difficult to play, but you see, that's the thing too, though. I give Balls a lot of shit, but he doesn't get solo killed very often. Rarely does he get solo killed. That was a big problem with High, and I could actually see that being a big problem in the top lane once again. But I don't know. I can't, it's impossible to say, but I actually do see that as being a potential problem. So High can't get solo killed if he were to go in the top lane, which actually could be a problem because High has a propensity to get solo killed. I think that's all I have to say about it. I think Meteos. Well, okay, so then let's bring back Meteos. Let's talk about the Meteos Sneaky situation. Meteos and Sneaky, they're trying to grind, they're trying to get the synergy, they're best friends, blah blah blah. I don't think it's gonna work very well. I would put your star jungler back in the jungle where he belongs. He is the best jungler in North America right now. Some of you may say Rush, some of you may say even Move at this point. Santorin, you're not even on the list, mate. Sorry. I would say honestly that Meteos is the best jungler in North America right now, and to put him in jungle would be a huge step forward. Now, now let's see. This is obviously a temporary solution. This is a solution to get them out of the LCS. If they somehow, by some god's grace, make it to Worlds, they're going to fail to make groups out of groups. So this is some miracle, absolute miracle that they don't get relegated. Well, I mean, not a miracle that they don't get relegated, the miracle that they get the Worlds, but I don't think they're not getting the Worlds. Okay, so let's just assume that next split has come. Cloud9's still in the LCS, they didn't get relegated. What do you do in between this split and next split to make the team better? You get rid of High as your top laner. You get rid of Lemonation as your support. And then you find a shot calling support or top laner that just has the balls to say, we're going to do this and we're going to do it now. All you have to do is find a shot caller in support or top laner all you have to do is find a mechanically gifted top laner support who's a shot caller as well. It's very difficult actually to find. Rarely does that blend ever meet. So, I mean, honestly, your other plan could be you keep High in the top lane and find a new support player, Lemonations and Analysts, and you just dump Balls entirely, which you probably should dump. You're going to dump him last split anyway if you follow my plan. But okay, so let's just say, because I don't even think High could go toe-to-toe in the top lane, to be honest. I think High is just not good enough as a player. He's only good enough to make sure they don't lose to the bottom teams anymore, so they retain their LCS spot. So then you take out High, you take out Lemonation, and you find a shot caller to be able to fit in one of those two positions. and you either bite the bullet. I would say you bite the bullet, you take a good shot calling support who's less mechanically gifted, and then you get a very mechanically gifted top laner. And Meteos becomes a Bengi sort of player, where he's just kind of like this ward bot. Where we're going to put him on Rek'Sai, and he's going to have a Sightstone, and he's going to ward for his mid and top lane, and they're going to go very ham. Sneaky's already a god mechanical AD carry, so I'm not worried about him. Bot lane's going to suffer a little bit, but that's fine. And then the late game, you have the shot calling force as your support player. From your support player, I don't know who it would be yet, but you have that shot calling force. And hopefully you win games. But that's kind of like the dream, right? I think Cloud9 could do it, but it's going to be difficult. I feel like Cloud9 might lose a few players, maybe even between Worlds and the net from split to split, which is actually a real possibility. But that is what I would do if I was Charlie in Cloud9. Thank you for watching. I'm Captain Sean. Please like, subscribe for all your amazing analyzing esports content. Hopefully, I'll do a video that's not on League. Not hopefully, but soon I will do a video that's not on League of Legends. I think maybe about a Hearthstone scene a little bit. Actually, I think my next video is probably going to be drama within League of Legends and why it's important for esports to have drama. But anyway, actually drama within esports. Ooh, I like that. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, favorite, blah, blah, blah. This is Captain Sean.